Whoops. That's a two-step operation. Anyway, good morning, all, and welcome to One Heart, One Mind Center for Spiritual Living. The CSL ordained talk title for today, whether or not Harry's in the mood to do that, is The Standing Stones, which is a bit cryptic, but so far as I can tell, has to do with dealing with obstacles in your path, metaphorically, a stone wall in your path. Now, Terry Cole Whitaker taught me that I don't need to tell you what you need to hear. I need to tell you what I need to hear. And what I need to hear is this. When you encounter an obstacle in your path, which is to say a problem or challenge, start by calculating the most prudent action step you could take to solve that problem. Next, assess how certain you are that the action step you chose will quickly solve that problem. If your certainty is high, then frankly, you don't need to pray. If your faith in your action step is not that high, then you need to do that action step and pray. You need to treat and move your feet. So for example, say your problem is you notice that you're running low on cornflakes. Now, you could pray for cornflakes. And if you're operating at what I call the Jesus level, that will work. If you're operating at a Jesus level of consciousness and you pray for loaves and fishes, then pop, bang, there they are. At that level, you pray for cornflakes, pop, bang, there they are. Now, all prayers are thoughts, and all thoughts manifest, but I am not operating at a Jesus level of consciousness. So what does that say about my cornflakes manifestation? It means that my cornflakes manifestation may or may not show up in a timely fashion. So if I pray for cornflakes, will they show up for breakfast? I'm not so sure. But what is my action step? My action step is go to store, purchase cornflakes. Now that I can have faith in because it has worked every single time I've tried it in the past. Because of this, I don't need to pray for cornflakes. Okay, situation two. Say I have some condition and medical science has never seen this condition and before and has no clue how to fix me. All right, I got this. Step one, come up with an action step, which is to say the action that in my estimation is the most likely to solve my problem. Okay, I need to get healthy, so I could eat a salad. Now, is that going to solve my problem? See, my lack of certainty means I need to pray. But first, if the salad is the best action step I can come up with, then I need to eat a salad, then pray. 5-step treatment culminates in the release step. And I release the whole project and concentrate on having a good day. But next day, if I still have symptoms, I repeat the process. I start by coming up with the best action step I can think of. I perform that action and then I pray. If the best I can come up with is a salad, then I eat another salad. Or maybe I decide to Google my symptoms and see if anyone on Reddit has had any luck with getting rid of them. I'm building my faith in the perfection of the universe and in the perfection that is my life. And the reason I needed to hear this message is if I need cornflakes, then I go to the store, and that's well and good. And if I'm not sure how to solve my problem, I pray. Also good, but not good enough. I also need to do stuff. See, the fact that I'm praying means that I have less than perfect faith in my action step, that my action step will help. But that's okay. I needed to do it anyway. I needed to treat and move my feet. So thank you all for indulging me. And now let's get this party started. If you would be so inclined to relax, just fall back into your chair and know with me that there is but one force, one power, one being, one entity that is the universe. And right now I am one with that force, that universe. And as such, I declare that this is a blessed congregation. This is a blessed assembly of people that has come together, that we have great music, that we have a great speaker today, and that there is good to be had here, and that everyone attending is destined to pull something from this, to take something away that will benefit their life, that will make their life better. I know this is true. I know this for a fact, and I say, thank you, God, that this is so. Thank you, God. And so I release my word, and as the one that we are, we say, and so it is. Now, I think Jean is on it, and we are coming. There we go. If anyone is inclined to say this with me, have at. For I have the power to live the life of good. My power is from on high. It cannot be taken from me. It will not leave me desolate. Power flows through me and is in me. It is my power and is continually present. I am the power to live. And from Ernest Holmes. And I believe we have a wonderful new artist, Rhonda. I think we're good to go if you are inclined to bless us with some music.
Thank you. Good morning. Spirit in me, live out in the open, shine like my life, like the sun. Give of your goodness, conquer the darkness, Spirit of light and love. Oh, Spirit, Spirit in me. Oh, Spirit in me, live out in the open, shine from my life like the sun. Give of your goodness, conquer the darkness, Spirit of light and love. Oh, Spirit, Spirit in me. Give through me, speak through me, move through me, love through me, oh Spirit, Spirit in me, oh Spirit, Spirit in me, oh Spirit. Ooh, Spirit in me, oh Spirit, ooh, Spirit in me.
I don't know if I'm on or Gene, are you going to introduce Gene, are you there?
I'm here, Rob, but I thought that it was, I'm sorry, I didn't understand it. Well,
Oh, that's okay. I'd be happy to introduce Harry. It's a man who needs no introduction, which is good because I don't have one. But Harry was my spiritual leader for, I have no idea how many years. That was decades ago. And but one thing is, nobody speaks better than this guy, and nobody has a better handle on new thought and the teachings of Ernest Holmes than our friend Harry. And we are honored to have him here to bless us with his wisdom and his charm. So, Harry, with that, I'm just going to say, take it away.
All right. Well, thank you very much, Rob. I appreciate it. Always good to see you. So am I on here? Am I in the speaker view? Because I don't see myself.
you are speaker view.
Okay. Well, that's a good thing. So let me, usually I have this really fancy, I was licensed in 1989. I've taught New Thought Principles and the Science of Mind for 37, 38 years, something like that. I was certified by another group, by Ida Stauffer and the Psychosynthesis International in a forgiveness technique. What my wife and I have found, we're now married 40 years, and what my wife and I have found is that forgiveness is really the key to the kingdom. And the way that we define forgiveness is to cancel the demands and expectations that are blocking my attitude of love. In other words, our natural state of being is a state of love. And the more we can practice that love, for those of you who have been following me, as I mentioned to some that were here gathered earlier, I do a live broadcast most every Tuesday, both on Facebook and YouTube. If you Google either Harry Morgan Moses and or Coffee with Casper, you will find 3 years worth of material up there, which I offer to the universe. And one of the key things, one of the affirmations that I've been teaching as a guest speaker and in Coffee with Casper for a long time is an affirmation from Ernest Holmes. And I dragged this out of his archive of stuff a long time ago and said, this is spectacular. And I've watched it actually help change lives in a powerful, powerful way. So you may want to write it down. You can play the tape later and hear it. But here's the affirmation. Good and more good is mine. There is no limit to the good that is mine. Everywhere I look, I see this good. I feel it. It crowds itself against me, flows through me, and multiplies itself around me. Good and more good is mine. Now, what you and I have learned, and I don't, when I speak, I no longer try to start at the beginning, because I'm talking to an audience that has come into the awareness of consciousness. And I'm assuming that if you're somewhere in this field, that you're going to understand some of the things that I talk about. And if not, you'll become a student and you'll learn about the things that I'm talking about. But bottom line is, what you and I have learned is that the unconscious mind, what we call in the science of mind, the subjective mind, is what's running our lives. Whatever it is that we have come to actually believe, not always what we think we believe, but we actually believe. So the great teacher Raymond Charles Barker defined a number of years ago, and I learned it probably in the first 10 years of my ministry. He defined these 4 areas of the human experience that are critical to our fulfillment in life. And the 4 areas he described are health, wealth, love, and fulfillment, purpose. Health, wealth, love, and purpose. So what I want to talk about today, and it is kind of interesting, I spent the last week of June celebrating my 67th birthday with my 6 grandchildren and my children and their husbands and wives, so 4 children. So we had all 12 of us together. We were in Mexico for a week, and then we came back, and we just got back last Sunday from being in Catalina for a week, again with the whole 12 people. Then we had friends that were there and godchildren that were there and other friends that were on the island. And so we had this, and then my crewmate was coming back and forth to help me with the boat. And I mean, it was a lot of people and a lot of logistics. And you've been with a group that size, it's very hard, to organize it all. And you really have to just trust in the flow of life to bring your good. Well, the way it worked for us in both of these journeys was just good and more good kept showing up. And what happens is we in our subconscious belief system, we have a limit. You and I have a limit to how much good we can handle. And of course, that's the place in our lives where we should be stretching, right? That if you've hit the limit of your good, like you think you're only good for X amount of $1,000 a year, or you think you're only good for so much joy time, or you're only good for so much happiness time, or you've had so much happiness that you're expecting an accident to happen any second. We get to the place where we're filled up with good, and then we go, is there something wrong with my having this much good? We look around in the world and we see so much human suffering. We see so much misunderstanding. We see so much misplacement of the light of love in our lives. And we wonder, are we okay? Are we willing to allow ourselves to have this much good? Well, I took 2 weeks off from Coffee with Casper. And after this trip to Catalina, I was doing the Tuesday work. And I sat down to do my meditation and asked the question, what should I talk about? And I got an image came to me in this meditation. And the image was from a number of years ago. We at the New Thought Center in San Diego there, we took a trip to Sedona, Arizona. And at that time, I was in my later 30s, probably. And a lot of the group was in their 30s. A lot of the group was in their 40s and 50s. And we had some of the group that was in their 80s. And we had the oldest person on this trip to Sedona was 80 some odd years old. Her name was Ellen. So surrounded by these 30, 40, and 50 years old is this 80-year-old woman. And I'm concerned about her because we're in the desert. We're going to go hiking to find these vortexes and learn about the vortexes, which are equivalent of meridians, acupuncture meridians on the planet itself. And I learned all about the meridians and wanted to be able to share the information while we're actually sitting in these different power spots. And so we're hiking up this mountain, a group of 40 people or so. We're hiking up this mountain, and I'm hiking, Bell Mountain is the name of it. And I'm hiking up this mountain in order to find a nice flat rock where all 40 of us can sit safely. And I can tell them about the energy vortexes and this particular one, which is a positive vortex. And I'm looking for this nice flat rock to sit on. And I'm concerned about Ellen. And I turn around and look behind me. So imagine almost like you were hiking with Sherpas up the Himalayas, right? In a single line are all 40 people coming up behind me, up through these little crevices, climbing up this mountain. And I look back, and there is Ellen, and one hand is reaching back from the line and grabbing her and pulling her up. And then another hand reached back and grabbed her and pull her up. And another hand reached back and grabbed her and pull it. And nobody organized it. Nothing. It just is what they did. You saw love in action, caring in action, compassion in action from these people who've all learned what you and I know, that there's one power. That power is called energy, life, God, truth, eternality, goes by a lot of different names. But what in religious language, the language is God. Oh, there's Casper knows the name. In the religious language, the language is God. And you and I know that God is in, as, and through all creation, that God is beyond all creation. God is not absorbed by its creation, and that you and I are born in the image and likeness of that one. And that one, according to Judge Thomas Troward, that's one that one's functions out of the primary law of the universe. The fundamental harmony law of the universe is harmony. And we know that because eternality will always be eternal, right? You can't destroy eternality. Energy does not die, it changes form. So its nature, its fundamental nature is harmony. Now, if you read the newspapers or listen to the news, what you recognize is that the world is not functioning as though the fundamental nature of reality was harmony. Yet that is the reality. And so when you and I begin to know that we come, as it says in the Tibetan Book of the Dead, we come from the light, we put on a coat of skins and we shall return to the light. Then we really know that light is our true and eternal nature, that we are that energy that cannot be destroyed, and that harmony is the fundamental nature of the universe. Well, if that's all true, then good and more good is mine. There's no limit to the good that is mine. Everywhere I look, I see this good. I feel it. It crowds itself against me, flows through me, and multiplies itself around me. I am an instrument of good in the universe. I'm a place of light in the universe. And if I am that, and you are, everyone, if you're willing, touch your heart center and say, I am. I am. You see that? There's no denying. You could say, well, I am love, I am light, I am truth, I am wisdom. And then you could also say, I'm mortal, I'm flawed, I'm not perfect. You can put a lot of things after I am, but if you just put I am, there's no argument to it, right? I am, I exist, I am. Oh, well, in which case, you came from the light. And in which case, you will always exist. In which case, you may as well decide that you can be one with the light. And if the light is eternal, and the light is love, and the light is joy, and the light is wisdom, and the light is peace, and the light is poise, and the light is balance, and harmony, and understanding, and compassion, and belonging, and caring, and healing. Well, if the light is that, well, then I am that, right? And here's where today's talk title. You're right, Rob. I do not, and do not follow anybody's guides about what I talk about, ever. I follow that which is within me. There is that within me that knows the truth. I am one with that light. I am one with that truth. I am one with all humanity. I am one with the earth. I am one with healing. I am one with wholeness. I am one with youthful, dynamic, powerful energy. I am that, right? And the more we begin to dwell there and to move our consciousness to the place where we know that we came from the light and that our only real purpose is to bring the light. Now, here's where my talk title today, and I think my talk title is my mission is my purpose. And people are always looking around, what's my mission? What's my purpose? I don't know what my mission, I don't know what my purpose is. Well, here's what my speculation is. And I see Reverend Joy is on the call with us. I was just talking to her about this on Friday, that the reality is that we came from the light, and that we came from the light conscious of who we were, that when you're in the light, as light with the light, you're aware that you're that, right? And then you're aware of humanity. Now, there's an old joke. I'm going to go over here to Rhonda. Rhonda, this is a joke. Do you believe in reincarnation? Well, it's nice to see you again. Okay. The idea is that somehow, before we incarnated in this life, in this body, before I became Harry Morgan Moses, this guy, right? I was one with the one. I was one with the light. I was one with my Father, Mother, God. I was one with the Christ consciousness, one with Buddha and Gandhi and all the great saints, sages, and mystics of the world, right? And then I came into the human condition, forgetting everything that I knew, and had to arrive here and figure out that I am, and figure out that I am one with the one, and figure out that I came from the light for only one real reason, and that's to bring light. Humanity's suffering is unnecessary. The torment of war is unnecessary. The reality of prejudice is unnecessary. These things that humans made up that have nothing to do with the law of harmony are unnecessary. And there is a way to transcend them. And the only way to transcend them is through consciousness. And the good news here is everybody here and everybody who will ever see this video already knows something about consciousness, or you wouldn't be here. You wouldn't be on this website. You wouldn't be hearing these words. You know about consciousness. Well, then if you know about consciousness, then whether you're at 0 to 1 learning about consciousness, or you're at 100 and you know a lot about consciousness, it's all the same. Your mission is your purpose. And you came at a time in the human condition. Some of you will remember, I'm sure the musicians among us will remember, the music from the play Hair. And there was a song called, "This is the Dawning of the Age of Aquarius. Time will peace, will guide the planet, and love will steer the stars." Well, I 100% believe that that is true, that we came at this time to be part of a transcending time. We are moving from the Piscean age into the Aquarian age, and moving from an age doesn't take a week or two. It doesn't take a class and graduating with a certificate. It doesn't take practicing forgiveness one time. It requires that you transcend the world of affairs and move into the land of consciousness. Our friend Ricky Byers wrote that song, I am, the land of I am, right? And so where we are now is living in the land of I am. And our job, just as it says in the beginning of the Science of Mind textbook that Ernest Holmes wrote, it says these lessons are dedicated to that truth which frees man from himself and sets him on the pathway of a new reality that enables him to see through the mist into the eternal and changeless reality. Whoa, you and I came to see through the mist, not just for ourselves, sure, to get health, to get wealth, to get love, and to be on purpose. Sure, we deserve all of that, but we came to bring light to the world. And if you put your attention, and here's what my speculation is, if you put your attention on being a light worker in the world, and anytime you're in a situation where you don't know what to do, and you're the person there, you're the change agent in the world, because you can ask your high self, what's mine to do? What's mine to do to bring light? What's mine to do to be on my mission, because I came to bring forth the dawning of the age of Aquarius. I didn't come to do it by myself. I came to do it with all of you, because the I am that I am is the same I am that you are. And we are one with that one. And the more we reach up to that one and simply stay, as Howie Carmichael said all those years ago in the song, accentuate the positive, eliminate the negative, and don't mess with Mr. In Between, right? It's a lyrical instruction about how to do it, right? You accentuate the positive, you eliminate the negative, and you don't go into that middle ground, right? You recognize, I came from the light, I put on a coat of skins, I came to bring light, and that's my mission. And the more I focus on my mission, the more synchronicity shows up in my life, the more relationships brought, the more the parking places show up, the more the restaurants happen, the more the overflowing abundance comes to you, the more the better the food is. Everything changes when you choose to be on your mission, which is to support humanity in coming into the age of Aquarius. And you came from the light to do that. And I came from the light to do that. And anything else is simply a distraction. And it means I got off course, right? So literally, you can be anywhere. You could be with your family and invoking the light and bringing more good and more synchronicity and more blessings and good upon good coming to you and your family. But you could be doing that for every other light worker on the planet. You could know that you are one with the one and that your high self is talking directly to the I am of your consciousness, to the Christ of you, the Buddha of you, the awakened you. That's who I'm talking to. You, whatever it is you want in your world, you need healing, you need love, you need purpose, you need fulfillment, you need whatever it is. Put your attention on the main thing. Let the main thing be the main thing. You came to bring light. My mission is my purpose. I came to be a place where the vibe changes because I walk into the room, where the vibe changes because I brought light when I came in. Not my light. It's not because I'm great. It's because the I am that I am is great. I was born in the image of the glory of the Most High. So were you. Wow. What if you start wearing that as the glasses through which you see through the world, right? So I wear glasses because I see clearly when I wear glasses. Well, if you put the glasses on that say I'm a light worker and start looking through the lens of being a light worker in the world, no matter your age, no matter your race, no matter your color, your creed, your way of living, none of it matters. Because your good is your good. You're entitled to your good, but your good should be overflowing and bringing good to the world, bringing good to this time that we came to be in. I told my Father, Mother, God, I love humanity. I love the earth. I've been here before. I can help. And I've set my attention on doing just that. And now, at my age, good and more good keeps coming. And all I can do is keep opening my heart, keep opening my yes, keep accepting my good, keep giving praise and thanksgiving for the good that's multiplying around me, and it keeps multiplying around me. And so who's the one who's going to shut it off? Only me. And who's the one that can stretch my capacity for a greater good? Only me, right? But it's not me alone. It's me and my high self. It's me and my beloved. Meister Eckhart, the 12th century mystic, he said that the soul has two faces. One is gazing at the glory of God. The other is directing the senses. It's trying to guide you moment by moment to make the right decision, to step place, to call in more light, to be the avenue through which more light, more love, more joy, more wisdom, more laughter, more caring comes into the world. And more fun. Fun and more fun is mine. There's no limit to the fun that is mine. Do you follow? Right? So this is where we're going. Let the main thing be the main thing. Go listen to that song. Did you not come? Isn't this the dawning of the age of Aquarius? Well, I heard that song in 1968 and it hasn't happened yet. But I'll tell you what, I'm getting brighter and clearer about it every day. I came to bring the light of the age of the new dawn to humanity and the new earth. And until peace on earth and goodwill toward every human being is born, I shall not be finished. And I had no rules. God didn't ask me to get it done. God didn't ask me to qualify. God asked me to show up and be me, to show up and bring the light as you. And that's all. And that's the main thing. Well, if I start doing that, well, what about my aches and pains? They'll get better. If I start doing that, what about my balance sheet? It'll get better. If I start doing that, what about the love in my life? It'll get richer. So you follow? Right? Because when we make the main thing, it means we're remembering what we came to do. I came from the light. I put on a coat of skins. I'm going to return to the light. Meanwhile, may as well enjoy the coat of skins. And may well enjoy the beautiful sunsets and the walks in nature and the birds singing at me and the dog loving me and the cat going crazy and all of it, right? The cat, the dog, the cat, the bird, the kids, the grandkids, the wife, the beauties, it's all yours. It's all yours. There's no limit to it. But it can come out your way and just the way you want it to be for you. Because your high self is already gazing at the glory of God. It's just, are you paying attention to what it's trying to tell you? Here, look what I'm looking at. And that's you. Your high self is you. That's your true and eternal nature. And you never left it. But now you're waking up to it again in this coat of skins. You're going, oh, I remember what I'm doing here now. Because it's not to join the strife of humanity. It's not to join the limit, the lack of compassion, the lack of understanding, the lack of, I mean, who actually believes that war and killing is an answer to anything? That's the silliest thing I've ever heard. It's been going on for eons. And that's what we came to change, right? War does not solve anything. Killing does not solve anything. Hate does not solve anything. Hate begets hate. War begets war. Oh, you want a friend, be a friend. You want love, be a lover. You know, you follow? We choose. You and I have the power to choose. And I'm just reminding you today, let the main thing be the main thing. You came from the light. You look at how beautiful you are. You are a place of light. You're a place of love. You're a place of the universe remembering itself. Oh my God, that's the glory of God right there. The universe remembering itself and its true nature and bringing it in as you. Wow. I have so much respect for you. I have so much love for you. I have such a deep understanding that you're on the right path and your healing is complete and the victory is already secured. In Jesus' name. And so it is. It's not Jesus' name, it's Gandhi's name and Buddha's name, and it's the Christ nature. By whatever name, it's the glory of God as you. And you deserve it. And this is your Sunday. So breathe it in, live it, accept it, claim it, and know you're in the right place at the right time, doing the right thing. And I honor you, and I thank you for sharing. And until we meet again, I invite you to go in the light, as the light and with the light. May the long-time sun shine upon you, and all love surround you, and the pure light within you guide you on your way.
Harry, that was awesome. I forgot your sign off. I was trying to remember the radiant, vibrant, dynamic health part, but I forgot the sign off. That's really cool. That is Harry's trademark, and that was and there's a good reason you're famous as a speaker. You're a phenom for sure. Oh, and so I don't, on top of appreciating Harry for making this Sunday special, I will admit that I don't remember the exact flow of things, but as I recall, and I could use some help with this, Lisa, I think you are the benedictor, and as such, you're muted, but as such, I think this might be the time for our sacred giving. And
Yes, yes.
if you're open to that, and then if you could help me with the order of things after that, that would be wonderful.
Okay. I'm sort of funny here. Yes, no, I think that most of us know the whole concept of giving and the fact that what we give returns to us. And it's a lot of what Reverend Harry was speaking of in terms of that circulation of when you share light, it gets bigger and contributes back to you. But anyway, in order to submit your contribution online on the thing, you can see that Venmo is one way. Many people do Venmo, do One Heart, One Mind. And the other way is that the address of Escondido is on the screen also. And so we can say together the statement of sacred giving. Whoops.
Sorry, I don't know why it's doing that. I'm so sorry. I do not know why it's doing that.
Well, I'm thankful for shoes too.
Sorry.
It's okay.
I always have trouble with, I apologize. Let me stop sharing the screen because this isn't going to work very well. And I can't do that for some reason. This is where, I don't know why it won't let me close. Wow.
Well, maybe we can each say our own kind of blessing and our own kind of thanksgiving for having the ability to share the gifts that we have, the gifts of light, the gifts of our own mission, and being able to contribute to One Heart, One Mind, which is the wonderful family that we have, where we can share the development and of our consciousness as we seek to move further and further into the light and to create a world that works for everyone. And so I thank the universe, I thank the powers that be for the ability to have one heart, one mind, and for the ability for each of us to contribute to it. And so I release my word by saying, and so it is.
So it is.
Is. All right, now I'm shooting from the hip here, but it seems to me that I'm hoping Rhonda has another song for us. Might that be? Hey, she's nodding. That's encouraging. Okay. Thank you, Rhonda. You're on.
I am as God created me. I am a light in this world. I am as God created me. I am, I am, I am. I am as God created me. I am a light in this world. I am as God created me. I am, I am, I am. Yes, I am. Yes, I am. Yes, I am. I am. Yes, I am. I am. I am. I am. I am. Oh, I am. Oh, I am. Oh, I am. I am. I am. I am. You are golden. You are beautiful. You are holy. You are light. Oh, you are worthy. You are peaceful. And you shine bright. Oh, I am. Oh, I am. Oh, I am. I am. I am. I am. Won't you sing it with me? I am as God created me. I am a light in this world. I am as God created me. I am, I am, I am. I am, I am, I am.
That was awesome, Rhonda. And I am thinking, Lisa, I am not certain, but I get
It's
the.
Yvonne. You need to have Yvonne do the announcements.
Oh, very good. Okay, thank you for that.
Yes, you're
Yvonne,
welcome.
you are up. You're at bat.
I had my hand up, but you were ignoring me.
Ah,
So I
sorry.
sat down and cried.
Tunnel vision.
Monday evening prayer group, 6 to 6:20. We really would love it if you joined us with this while we silently pray for one heart, one mind, yourself, the world, whatever you want. It's really something that pumps you up for the week. Tuesday evening, Spiritual Learning Circle from 6 to 7. We'll be discussing part 5, The Heart, of Michael Singer's book, Living Untethered. And you're all welcome to join us, even if you haven't come before. We have some really good discussions and actually have become a very close-knit group. It's really fun. And it's online. You can see the address in the newsletter. And then I just have some reminders. Please don't forget about unexpected income. You're not going to have any unexpected income if you don't expect it, and look for it. Makes sense, doesn't it? And I got another $9 at bingo this week, so I just keep keeping on because I expect it. I also want to remind you to help people visit Reverend Michelle's Facebook page, which is Spiritual Recovery, A Journey of Positive Change. And it has videos, posts, and other things to help people that are on a journey of recovery. She's good at it too, so I would really hope that you look for people, or if you run into them, that you remind them of or tell them about it. And then I also wanted to remind you about Daily Science of Mind readings that are posted every day on YouTube, and the address is in the newsletter. But don't forget about that, because it's pretty nice to have that available. And that's all I have. If you
All
want to
right.
make something up, I will.
You did good. Thank you. Thank you, Yvonne.
You're welcome.
Okay, Lisa, am I right in
I
saying
believe so. I think
you're okay?
so.
Go for it.
Okay. Okay. Well, if we could all join together in consciousness and take a nice deep centering breath. And know that this service has been blessed. I'm so grateful for Reverend Harry and his talk for us and his reminding us of the fact that our mission is our purpose, and pulling us back into that recollection of who we are in spirit and who we are as representatives of the one, and who we are in this world as light bearers and bringer of the light to those who surround us in every way, in every day. And also I know that it is of value to keep in mind that concept of bringing in the age of Aquarius, bringing into this world as in our time on it now, with as much joy and peace and love as we can possibly generate. And so I release my word with great blessing to this service and to each and every one of you who is present, and each of every one of you who is online listening and who will listen in the future. And so I release by saying, and so it is.
Thank you, Lisa.
Yeah.
Okay, well, I apparently have inherited a Master of Ceremonies position here, which is really weird because I am the most extreme case of introvert that I have ever heard of. And a lot of people don't believe that. Al Neville's once heard me say that. And you remember Al, perchance, Harry? Al got mad at me and yelled at me for calling myself an introvert because he thought it was an insult. But it is what I am. But I'm still gonna start this off. This is our time of sharing. And
1 minute, Rob. Isn't she going to sing?